People make that mistake. It's just an email and it's just all about them. Nobody cares. Just qualify yourself super quick. Get to the problem. Here's the solution. All you're trying to do is get them on the phone. Nobody cares that you were in business since 1982.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
So that's the biggest mistake. Even on, you look at social media, when we market for Blue Collar Millionaire, it's about them.
Always.
Even when it's a story about us, it's really about them, because otherwise nobody cares. They want to, like, oh, I see he was in my position and then he did this and he's here. I like that. That's all they see is themselves. If it was just me talking about, look what I did, look what I did, nobody cares a shit.
Yeah, it's problem and solution.
Mm-hmm.
What is their problem, and what is the solution that you have for that problem?
America's backbone was built on blue-collar business grit, grind, and muscle. This is where you stop working for the business, and the business starts working for you.
Welcome back, Blue Collar Millionaires. Got a question for you, Chris. If I drop you off in Oregon, Maine, wherever, you basically have no money, what do you do? How are you going to make money?
All right. Considering that I'm going to be selling to consumers and not businesses, not going the commercial route, going residential route, I'm going to do what I tell my kids I want them to be, expert marketers. This is the model, because I feel like if you can control the leads, it doesn't matter what tool is in your hand, you're able to make money. So I am going to go find me a business in that area that's already established, that has a good quality brand, because if I'm tying my name to something, I need to make sure they're producing what they say they're going to produce at quality. They're hungry for growth and they have some capacity to grow, but they don't know how to get the leads. They have word of mouth going on, referral, but they don't really have like a marketing system that is predictable and can drive them leads. Once I find that, and I'll be able to find that pretty quick, because with technology now, you can just sit there and search, make some phone calls. Then at that point, I am going to work a deal with them, and I'm going to take all the risk away, and I'm going to tell the owner, I'd like to bring you in leads if you're interested in growing, and you pay me nothing until you collect your money. And I am going to sell the jobs for you, hand them to you. All you got to do is the fulfillment.
Signed deal.
Signed deal.
Not a lead.
And all I need is 20% of the job. For 20% of the job, if I don't perform, you don't pay me anything. So the only way that you owe the 20% is when I bring it. Tell me what your current rates are. I'll build in my 20% on top of your current rates. So you're not even losing any money by hiring me. I pay for myself 100%. Then at this point, when I find out his avatar and the pain points of his customers, after I ask a few questions, I'm going to build me an affiliate army. I'm going to go find the people that are in contact with our customers that we want. And I am going to train them on how to send me jobs. And then I'm going to sign them up in the same method that I signed myself up with that business owner. I'm going to tell my affiliate partners that as soon as they give me a job, I'm going to give them this much of a flat rate referral affiliate fee when they send me a job and I close that job. So I am not out any money up front. The business owner is not out any money up front. I've de-risked the entire situation, but I'm creating a way to have new revenue. Now, after I have signed up my affiliate partners, because I want to create a one-to-many aspect, now I'm going to go take my time and I'm going to start a one-to-one situation by door knocking, because I'm broke. I don't know anybody and I'm having to build from scratch. So I don't have money to invest in marketing and hire a marketing team. So build the affiliate partners, and then I'm starting to door knock. And I understand what the pain points are. And so I'm going to door knock. I'm going to sign the contracts and hand them over. Now, once I start making a little bit of money, I'm going to hire someone to skip trace. I'm going to go through a software system and skip trace my ideal residential customers. And I'm going to start a text messaging campaign and a cold calling campaign. And between affiliate partners, door knocking, text messaging, and cold calling, I will have more work than what this first business owner is going to be able to handle in leads. And by that point, he's going to trust my leads, and I'm going to ask for some equity in the business on the upside. And this is how I'll get a piece of that business growth and an exit later on down the road. This is my residential play.
That's exactly how I would do it. And for somebody who says that doesn't work, it does work, because I did it. In 2008, I did it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I did it two ways. I had a landscaping business. earlier that I sold, and some of my employees went and 3 brothers started their own. They weren't good at marketing. I kept in contact with them, lost a bunch of money in real estate. I used to literally go door knock at 5 o'clock from like 5 to 6:30, pick up accounts for them, price them out, get them signed up, call them and say, "Yeah, I got 2 of them. Here's the addresses."
Mhm.
Then they would pay me on the back end of it.
Mhm.
I was basically creating spending cash for myself.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was doing it like I never wasn't getting someone. It was to knock on 12 doors. I was doing it in March and April when the grass is growing so I
Mhm.
can see who doesn't have someone. I would just go there. I mean, I would stop no matter where I was. Sometimes I was wearing a suit back then.
Yeah.
I would take it off and go knock.
Yeah.
So that works. Then about 5 months after that, I was calling apartment complexes, getting my gutter thing back, but I didn't have insurance. I didn't have credit. I couldn't wait 60 days to pay. So this is the business to business.
Mhm.
I was lining them up, getting them, and then I convinced subcontractors to take a big chunk of the money, but they had to wait till I got paid, which isn't an easy.
Yeah.
You're going to wait 60 days. Oh yeah, you don't know me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But once they got it, they were like, "Oh, yeah, this is a good deal because we cleaned all these gutters, made $2,000 in a day. So I have to wait 60 days or 45." So you can absolutely do it. But the way I would do it with this business to business is I would do the same thing. I would just call those businesses, apartment complexes, condo associations, I would get big jobs. I would ask them to bid on certain services depending on what's seasonal there. So it's gutter cleaning, it's dryer vent cleaning. I would get those contracts and then I would go to the company and then just be the middleman on that.
Right.
I would control the contract though.
Absolutely.
And then I would go to that dryer vent cleaning, gutter cleaning, whatever it is, and say, "Hey, this is how it works. You're going to get $2,000 for this job. Maybe I got 3,300, and then I'm going to wait to get paid."
Mhm.
And then at some point, if I started making money, I have opportunity. Do I want to go bring my own guys to do this?
Mhm.
That's what I did. I started cutting out a lot of those subs. Some of them I kept,
Mhm.
but that's how I would do it. The fastest way for a business, consumer to consumer, like if you literally drop me in Oregon, I got to make money.
Yeah.
I would just start cold calling roofers. I would tell them the same story as you. "Hey, I got a lot of connections to roofs. People are always asking me." I would tell them that story. "I'll line them up for you. You tell me what you need per square.
Mhm.
This is how I'm going to get paid. I'm not going to send you a lead. I'm going to send you a signed contract and I'll get paid on the back end. You have nothing to lose." That's a short version, but like what business owner doesn't want that? It's all how you present it to them. But then I would go close. I would go knock on doors.
Yeah.
Once I got one, I'd take some of the money. I'd get another guy and I'd teach him how to knock doors with
I
me.
like it. Yep.
Then I'd have 2 of them. But I'd also probably have a separate thing in there where not just looking at the roofs, we'd probably be grabbing gutter cleaning ones because I like little quick $200 kits.
Yeah.
And then I'd send it over to a gutter company and take $50
Yeah.
to pay for my guys.
I think controlling the lead is where it's at. And that's where I missed it. And that's why I started out saying, I want my kids to understand that is the highest level skill sets you can have in the beginning is understand marketing. If you know how to get people's attention and you know how to educate them and walk them down the path by asking questions, people will tell you what they want and what they need. You ask questions, you get the information, and then you lead them down the path to give them a solution. And then you don't have to know how to work the tool. You don't need to know a special skill set. That in itself is the skill set that transitions you into every industry because every business, if they are a business and they have revenue coming in and they have customers, then they have some type of marketing. They've marketed to someone. I love the B2B style after seeing your process, your system for gutter cleaning, and then we're watching it happen in our windshield business as well, because it breaks geographical boundaries. I understand it's easy to dream when you think I've got 50 states I can work in.
Yeah.
And it's, if you get big enough, I mean, you can cross the ocean and you can get really big and start to think about it. But just imagining that you could service all of America because you're not held by a local person because you use a subcontractor model, it's the same thing. You got to put the work in to get the leads. It does take some effort, and most people don't want to put that effort in. They want the easy button and they want to say, "Mr. Marketing Company, will you get my phone ringing? And I'm going to pay you this much per month for you to get my phone ringing." And then they get upset because the quality is low or everybody's doing it. So the ad cost is too high. And then they get a little traction with some referral marketing and then they stall out
Mhm.
because it only goes so far because they're not giving their vehicle, their marketing vehicle, any gas.
Well, look at the marketing model. You pay $3,000, $5,000, whatever it is a month, because the marketing company wants to know, I get this.
Yeah.
But the way I was doing it, and I would still, I'm not a marketing company. If I want to do it, I would say, pay me 0.
Mhm.
I want more on the back end. So this is what I would do if I had a job or a business. I would use, because clearly I know how to do it. I've gotten thousands, not 10, not 100, thousands and thousands of apartment complex condo associations. I would just do that for other companies. It doesn't matter if it's landscaping, gutter cleaning, roofs, it's all the same model. But what I would do is if I was working a W-2 or I wanted to make extra money, I would go to those companies and say, this is how I can get paid. I don't need it till, and then I would work at night about building those databases, setting up those emails, making calls during the day, or teaching somebody how to make those calls. I teach this all in BoardRoom Elite. Like, I go so deep into it. If somebody just took that and they said, I'll do that. But the thing, when you teach a business owner who's already busy, they get it. They're like, man, that'll work. I could get some apartment complex on it, but they don't follow through with it a
Yeah.
lot of times.
No.
But if that's all you're doing and you're just taking 10, 15% of rips on all these jobs you get, you'd make a lot of
Can get
money. And
massive.
you can scale it because you could do it for 7 different companies. And then you could just teach more people how to do it. That's what I would do.
One of our BoardRoom Elite members had a really, really good comment when we were talking about this the other day. And he was like, should I create my own brand and then just sign up all of these companies and just funnel leads to these companies?
And that person he's got the marketing skill sets.
Yeah.
He can do it.
He's got it. And I was like, yes.
Yes, for him.
Absolutely.
But here's the thing is, you have to have this skill set to do it. You have to see it like that.
Mhm.
And the biggest mistake I see people a small business owner who's marketing for himself, the mistake, they make it about themselves.
Mhm.
I only care about the end buyer. So if I'm talking to a property manager, a homeowner, I'm trying to get in their head. What do they want to see? I'll tell you what they don't want to see. Your about us story.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a
absolutely not.
shit.
They don't know. They don't care. Yeah.
How can you solve their problem? How do you make it easy for them? How do you make the easy button? People make that mistake. It's just an email and it's just all about them. Nobody cares. Just qualify yourself super quick. Get to the problem. Here's the solution. All you're trying to do is get them on the phone. Nobody cares that you were in business since 1982.
That's right.
It doesn't matter.
That's right.
So that's the biggest mistake. Even you look at social media, when we market for Blue Collar Millionaire, it's about them.
Always.
Even when it's a story about us, it's really about them, because otherwise nobody cares. They want to like, oh, I see he was in my position and then he did this
Mhm.
and he's here. I like that. That's all they see is themselves. If it was just me talking about, look what I did, look what I
Right.
did, nobody cares a shit.
Yeah. It's problem and solution.
Mm-hmm.
What is their problem and what is the solution that you have for that problem? And if you will call out that problem and then you will show them the path to the solution that you have to offer, you've got their attention, but you got to call out. I like to use this analogy. When you're out in a crowd, let's say we're at a restaurant, it's loud from people talking, and I yell out, adults, nobody's going to look. But if I yell out, Kevin, your name, you're going to hear that. And so we have to make sure that we're calling them by their name. And when they hear that pain point, that's calling them by their name. If you had a migraine right now and you heard someone walking down this hallway and they said, yeah, man, I got a migraine, you're going to hear that because that's
Yes.
all that's on your mind right now. When you go shopping for a vehicle and you decide you want a truck, then you settle on a F-150, white F-150. You never saw them on the road before, but now that's all you see once you buy it. You're like, dang, did everybody go buy an F-150 that's white today? But it's because you zero in on that. And that's why you got to speak the language that they're speaking in that moment by calling out their pain points. So there's so many ways to make money, but if you'll put yourself in the position to be able to control the lead in the sale, you have the ultimate authority and power in the business game.
2 questions. Do you know anybody who's really good at marketing sales who's broke? Have you like,
No,
there's
nobody.
no one. I never met anyone.
Matter of fact, they're typically the richest.
And then when we talk about a lot of people we know who've had $10 million and up exits in their business, what was their strongest skill set?
Marketing. And
It's
if
always marketing.
they didn't have the marketing skill, they leveraged someone else
Yes.
with that skill. but that was where their focus was.
That was their focus.
That was their focus. They understood I have to have opportunity after opportunity after opportunity.
It's that person. You can't be great at everything. They're never like I'm not saying they're not good techs, but they're never the best tech.
Mhm.
They're 100% okay with that. They get better. That's how I felt for stuff. I'll get people who are better than me at doing the actual work. I'm better at this. Doesn't mean I didn't do it and didn't do a good job, but people get so into their craft. I don't know. You can do fine like that, but I don't want to be a one guy man making custom furniture.
Yeah.
It's you're not gonna get rich like that.
It's tough.
It's
tough.
tough.
You got to duplicate
You
yourself.
might love it. So, all right, guys, we'll be back next week. Check us out at bluecollarmillionaire.net. Chris is in Atlanta this week. We're doing a big dinner today. Got 30 people, high-level entrepreneurs coming to our dinner. We'll be in a city near you. Make sure you check out bluecollarmillionaire.net.